All right, welcome everyone back to the Warhammer Enjoyer podcast. Leo is we're doing this behind Leo's back because we're 40k enjoyers, right, AJ?
Absolutely, 100%. Yes,
Uh,
you're cheating on Leo.
I'm cheating on Leo. No, we're just here to talk about some Warhammer stuff because we were in school today when the World Eaters codex got completely fucking leaked. Everyone and their mom has done a video on this. We just got done watching the Apex Tactics, right? That's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, Auspex
It's
tactics, but yeah,
the
same
the
difference.
Auspex Tactics, and I guess we just wanted to share our thoughts and opinions on this. Um, from at least what I saw on the internet, it seemed like a lot of doom and gloom from like World Eater players, and then everyone outside was kind of like, this looks all right. Like, it's pretty much the same. So, I don't know. AJ, what did you get out of the video, or what stood out for you?
Well, one of the biggest things for me at least was literally all the detachments in the core rule. I actually really like how this core rule is. And though it gets rid of some of the things that or that the world leaders were apparently known for, which were like the feel no pains and the advancing and then charging. I like everything else that, was, added, and I feel like a lot of the units have a little bit more flavor to them, which I can't complain. I like that sort of stuff.
No, that's true. In the slide you talked about these blessings of corns. Was this what you were just talking about?
Yes, the spicy cornflakes.
Yeah, I thought it
Uh,
was.
uh,
I thought it was kind of nutty that they get to roll 8d6s and whatever shows up. Um, Their entire army gets, well, depending like on the attachment, because they have the demon one that's run. Well, their cultists aren't called cultists. They're called
jackals. They're the
yeah.
jackals.
There's a jackal demon one where the demons don't get it. But like you can spend command points to do that. So it's really interesting that their whole main army mechanic is just based off of dice rolls. You know, like it's very, I wouldn't say, I don't think gimmicky, but like very, your entire game plan is very dependent on how you roll.
Absolutely fair. But I will say though, regardless of that,
All these are
I
pretty
still
good.
find that a lot of these can be really helpful for, and you can get sort of, I don't want to say added bonuses to what you're running or what you're going to have in your list. But I like that these idea is that you can get these kind of bonuses for your army. Like you could get lethals, you could get dev wounds, sustained one, like fight on death. Real stuff that's going to be kind of aggressive, which is what you want for a world leaders list. So I can't really complain all that much with how I see that. I think that's all real kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how the world eaters work, but like I'm looking at doubles three having fight on deaths. That seems pretty nasty.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean that is absolutely
the six
nasty. I
inch
mean
pile-in is pretty gross. Just rolling double
even the
sixes.
most basic one,
Yeah.
rerolling charges, that's still gonna be super helpful for a lot of units that
Yeah, cause
may just have just missed the charge or by 1 or 2 points or 1 or 2 inches, and then boom, you can re-roll it and try it again, to get a better roll.
yeah.
So I feel like that's helpful, and then obviously some of the better ones being lethals and dev wounds gotta be super
I
helpful.
d- are you sure you copied this over right from the Asus video?
Yes, this is
I
exactly
thought
it.
I thought it said double sixes or triple threes. I could have sworn.
Double sixes and triple threes for dev wounds, double fives and triple twos for lethal hits.
Huh. Thought it said or. Well, my bad on that.
Oh yes, or that's on me. Yeah,
Yeah, no, no,
double
no, no, because
fives
the
or
or is the huge part.
yes, that's on me. But yeah, so double sixes or triple threes for dev wounds, double five or triple twos for lethals. I think again, that's gonna be real fun. I will say it does suck because they did lose like their feel no pains, and now that's supposedly in some of the other detachments. I forget
Hmm.
which detachments now have like can get you feel no pains, but regardless, I still think like this is a really good like kind of general rule. Kind of gives me like a lot of like the crap, I now forget what it's called, but the same thing that the Chaos Space Marines have for their general rule.
Oh, your
Uh
dark packs?
yes, my the dark packs, thank you.
Don't you play Chaos Space Marines?
Shush. Shush. But no, I think like these are really fun, and I think like World Leader players kind of like can be like a little happy with these.
True. That's all I kind of have on that. How big were the field no pains as a general rule?
Let me check quick. Let me quick
You
check.
know, I guess I can see definitely where the complaints are coming from the world leaders though, because you're losing. Uh, I don't know what the advancing and charging means. I'm assuming rerolls to advanced and charge.
I would assume so.
So
I'm
you're
kind of just
losing, like, you're losing feel no pains. No more feel no pains is general rule or advancing and charging. I guess I can sort of see why they're.
so okay. So like for example here, right? They're double sixes and triple three. Like their last one, the double sixes here.
Yeah.
In the earlier like in the index here, it was double sixes or triple fours, and that
Hmm.
one was like being eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. So that was kind of being like the aggressiveness there, kind of like how
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
so the field no pains, advancing and charging was taken off the gamble. Okay.
yeah.
I'm fucking stupid.
Nah, not don't worry, don't worry.
No, yeah, I guess losing the feel no pain. The advanced and charging is kind of feel bad. Um, but I'm pretty sure they took that away, and aren't the units a little faster now?
The units are a little faster overall. It
Yeah.
seems like certain units have definitely gotten like buffs to movement.
Yeah,
I but
the army wide feel no pain is a feel bad because get that take your well, I guess I don't know what the saves are on the world leader stuff, but like uh, th- wow, everything's got AP, so 3 up saves are a 4. 4 up save and a 5 up feel no pain is pretty nasty combo.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everything seems like it's got like a little bit of a buff, like up. Like for example, eight bound here, eight bound was originally 9 inches and now it's 10 inches. So now they're like, even though they don't have that like feel no pain that they could have had, uh, they now have like an extra inch of movement there, and they still have scouting as an ability there. So like, so you're getting roughly 16 inches like at the start of your game, like of movement. So I mean, you're getting faster. You're maybe not getting necessarily tougher, but you're getting faster. You're
Yeah,
getting guys who want to get into combat as quickly as possible, as fast as possible.
and that sounds like world leaders to me.
Yep. But
You want to talk about fast as fuck? This was my little haha funny moment. The chaos spawn has been changed to now have movement 10, scout 8, and I think chaos spawn can just advance and charge. So, assuming you like high roll the advance, um, you're at 22 inches, right? Um, kind of math. 18 plus 6 is 22, right? No, it's 24. I'm fucking stupid. I said that with such confidence. So like you can move and let's say you get like a 9 inch charge off. You're moving 36 inches turn one. That's um the game board is 40 inches by 66, right?
yes.
Yeah, so you're just running across the board turn one or on a diagonal getting like across the fucking map. What's the point cost on those spawn for world leaders?
Uh, I don't have what it is, and I don't see anything that says how much it's gonna cost.
Well, what are they
What if
what are they
the
right now?
uh Currently, they are. Oh, let me check here. I don't have the lists up
You don't
here
got
for that.
Wapedia on 24/7, 365?
Some of us have something. It's called a life.
I have a life too.
No, you don't.
World Eaters. Give me the chaos spawn.
The World Leaders cast spawn are 70 points. So you are
For what,
getting a
three of them
70
or
point
two?
for two of them.
That's a silly, goofy unit right there.
If you really want to know what a silly goofy unit is, look at the model, and that's all that you
It's
need to know.
beautiful. The model is beautiful. So I'm trying to. Is it in demons or do I have to go?
No, no, no. They should be in just your whatever
Oh
your
yeah, World Eaters
yeah
chaos
cast
spawn.
attachment.
Here we go. Wow, that's quite the buff and movement. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, hell, even Jackal's kind of got like a little bit of a buff. Like Jackal's here now, like well, I would say kind of quite a buff
Oh, they got
because now they
nerfed.
have movement 7 and toughness 4.
They got nerfed. They're no longer strength 6, they're strength 5.
That is
Hmm.
fair.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit of hit
Yeah,
there,
because
but
aren't
you're
inner
getting
circle companions toughness what?
inner circle companions. They are, I believe, uh, uh, yeah, inner circle companions is toughness 4. Like they are essentially like Blakeguard, except without the impulse save.
Your Blake are only T4?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy that Death Shredder are like T6.
Well, to be fair, you that is literally Deathguard. That's
I
the
know,
whole
but
name of the game.
that's just crazy how much tough. Wow, that's insane. Niz, these
Well,
things
it's
go flying up the board and go get your blade guard. They're still hitting on
good luck.
threes. That's crazy. Um, some other things I just wanted to talk about. What goofy ass model this is. This silly specimen. I love it. And then
Silly specimen.
yeah, the lore skulls. Just like
You
such
know
a
what? I'm
such a
glad you like the
just
Lord
a
of Skulls.
goofy ass model, bro.
I'm glad you like the Lord of Skulls. Lord of Skulls does not like players.
Is
It's a
this?
450 point model that
I don't even
you
see
are.
the Lord of Skulls on here. Is it a Legends unit or?
No, it's not a legend unit. It should be right above the word or the camp spawn on the app here.
Here is
But the
Corn
word
Lord of Skulls. What is this thing? Oh my god, how many points is this actually? 450?
450.
This is 150
Yeah.
points over Mortarion. Okay, so it does have 24 wounds.
13 toughness, but I want to make this like as a point here. You,
Yeah.
you you see that number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the regular can or I say the regular chaos knight. The chaos knight that I play, which is the desecrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 toughness, 22 wounds,
That,
with it, and that's 50 points less.
okay, so really having 13 tough. Well, because I think most like Wardong Brigands would be hitting on fives, which is kind of like a weird spot to be in. I don't know. That's
You know
weird that
what? You're
that's
getting you're
actually
getting it because
that's
you want to have something big on the field that fucks.
yeah. Uh, yeah. This thing fucks.
Absolutely,
You can
100%.
put yeah. It's a lot of blast. Uh,
Yeah, it's a lot of blast stuff, and like you can get
it's a
like
lot
a
of blast
decent.
stuff with AP minus two damage. So that's like this is like a Space Marine killer, bro. This thing was
It like it,
designed to because strength 8. Because I'm pretty sure normal Space Marines are what T3.
yes.
Wow, that's insane.
Well, I
Holy
mean, like
shit, bro.
You gotta wait. Is it T3 or is it T4? I want to double check
Yeah,
that.
are you feeding me proper?
It's T4. It's T4.
So
I
your
was wrong.
elite
I was thinking
Dark
cultist.
Angels like melee units are T4? There's no way, bro. They have to be T6.
No, the Dark Angels are T4. The only thing that's T5 or T6 is actually going to be
Termies.
yes, Termies, the Deathwing
That's
Knights. Or
insane.
actually the Deathwing Terminators are T5.
That's crazy. That's insane. Okay,
Mm,
so wow, that's insane.
You
Yeah,
know
this
what?
thing is
Like
an anti-infantry killer.
it really is, but like again though, that's kind of the thing though. You have that big of a unit. That thing though is great. Everything that's gonna be anti-vehicle is going right for it.
I feel like you could make a great list
You could.
built around this
But if
thing.
you're playing like but if you're playing like 1,000 point list or even like a 2,000 point list, like then
I'm showing up with this.
of course you will.
I'm showing up with it. No, 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 no. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I did make, in fact, a list for Deathguard. No, no War Dogs. No Rodigus, and I actually bring my Primarch for once. Yeah,
Wow.
I just free AJ. My only thing I have to say is this goofy ass bit, bro. What the fuck is this shit supposed to be?
It's a smiley face. You could see the nose, the eyes, and the teeth that look like grandma's teeth.
AJ, you being held against your will. Blink twice for yes, blink twice for no.
I'm not gonna blink at all.
Okay.
Just gotta stare into the void and be like,
Drop pods also got changed as well. Since you're the only person here who gets to use drop pods, how do you feel about it, Lamau? I'm just kidding. I think
I don't
Chaos
have.
I think Chaos do have access to drop pods. They're just in Legends, right?
They are in Legends, and kind of. They're the Assault Dread like drop pods.
Dread Talons.
Yeah.
First
So
Claw. Great book, guys. Go
yes,
read the
so
Night Lords
that's a
books.
different thing. I don't know those rules off the top of my head about like what those claw or what that does. But I will say though that otherwise, no, we have nothing else like that for chaos. And my opinion as a Space Marine player, I don't use them. I really don't because there's not really I shouldn't say there's not much of a point. Some people I know some people who have used these and find them really fun. And I could see like the value of these because if you want to drop like a 10-man squad of Hellblasters behind your guys's or behind your opponent's like line and then like have them go after whatever on their home objective marker, you could. And that could wipe it out real easy because with the 10-man Hellblasters, you just shoot them out till they're dead. The thing is, though, is that otherwise that thing is just going to be staying on the board because that I don't think is going. It doesn't have any of the guns because originally it had a Storm Bolter on there, and the Storm Bolter could actually shoot a little bit. It does not look like it has a Storm Bolter.
I think it's been confirmed that all the guns have been actually taken off of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And if it doesn't have like it, and if it just becomes like a movement thing, which I'm kind of thinking it will just become a movement thing, then like it's gonna be hard to even place behind like there because those doors are staying down because now they're part of like scenery, they're part of like the flooring.
Yeah.
So if you were dropping this thing, you gotta measure from from the drop doors to wherever like a unit is. So that means like you gotta find a good place to drop that within 9 inches from anything else. Because originally the rule was kind of, whatever you and your opponent agreed on,
Yeah.
or it should have been agreed on. But it seems like now there isn't even a choice for that.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why like I feel like the profile should just be with the doors closed cuz like when these things like drop, they fucking like explode open
Yep.
and basically crush anything around it. And even if the
Uh,
doors like I feel like it should be the doors are closed, you put it on the ground, and you um like see where the doors land. If the door can hit the terrain, that's where they can disembark from. If the door does not rest flat, they just can't disembark out of that. Does that make any sense?
No, that makes sense, but
Like it
that's
just
not gonna.
goes, yeah, I know. Like I feel like that'd be a better way to just implement it. That way you can limit the 360 deployment, which I feel like, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, but no, it's just open. It's a very wide profile. I don't know the official Warhammer terrain layout, but I'm very interested to see if this would fit anywhere
The
that
only
actually
thing that really
matters.
the only thing that really interests me about this is that like originally the original boxes came with one, one drop pod. Apparently the new one's coming out with two drop pods.
Yeah, what are they sitting at for points? Like 130 right now or something?
Well, I gotta take a look because I actually don't. Again, I don't know these because I don't use these. Because yeah, I use a lot of Terminators because Terminators are fun. At least to me, they're fun to me. Ba, 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 ba. 70 points.
Oh, right now?
Yeah. So
The fuck are
if
these
they
things
keep
getting?
it,
These things are gonna be dropped to like 50, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if it. I don't think it's gonna get dropped. Actually, I think they're gonna boost it up to like 90.
No way. No way they remake a model and then like nerf it.
Are you sure? Because I think they
No
will.
way.
All right. All right.
It's either gonna stay the same or they're gonna actually decrease the cost of it.
I think they're gonna increase the cost of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll put some money on it.
Sure.
Okay. So you think they're gonna increase it, and I'm thinking it's either gonna stay the same or it's gonna decrease.
Yeah.
I'll bet you $10.
All right
I'll bet
then.
you I'll bet you a pot of Nuln Oil.
Ooh, we're getting pricey now here.
Yeah, I'll bet you a pot of Nuln
Uh,
Oil.
but yeah, I think they're gonna
That
get
would be
more
that'd be
expensive points wise.
stupid. That'd be stupid. There's no way GW would make such a dumb fucking decision like that.
I want you to remember those words.
I said those words so that in 8 years when this podcast is famous, people like do this schizo flashback shit of all the shit they did wrong. They like, fade in the background. There's like no reason to, cuz like when I played like Hearthstone, they kept track of like cards that were played. I wish there was like a tracker because we have like competitive stats for armies. I wish there was like a tracker for like how many times a unit shows up to a game, you know?
Yeah, that would be cool if you could.
Because I would love to know how many people are using drop pods because I feel like no one uses drop pods.
I mean,
Like no one,
it's
no
not a
one at no
list.
one at
It's
our
not an
store.
item that like a lot of people like tend to use. I mean, even though it's decent, a lot of people would rather just choose a regular vehicle like a Rhino or something else along those lines, like a repulsor or a
It'd
land
be
raider,
crazy.
because
It'd be crazy if they
what
made them free.
now that is crazy.
That'd
I
be crazy.
doubt
I bet they
that
do that
that
for like a week. Because I was gonna be like, because I'd be like, at what point cost would these have to be that people just take them? You know?
I'm thinking the only way that people are gonna be taking them is that like
Oh, you'd be interesting. They drop it.
mm,
It's 50 points for two of them.
I would be so shocked if it was that cheap.
It's 50 points for two of them.
Yeah, I would be so shocked if it was that
These
cheap.
aren't used.
That doesn't matter.
They gotta buff these things to drive sales.
Listen, the corn we just talked about a unit that is never used, which is the Corn Lord of Skulls. That is never used. The Desolation Squad, which is that ugly like Space Marine with like the weird goofy Nerf gun,
Yeah.
200 points, never used.
Is the Desolation Squad the 3-man one?
I believe that's a three-man
Is
one.
it the one with the dude with the sniper rifle?
Nope, you are thinking of fuck, I'm forgetting that. The Eliminator Squad. I'm talking about the one that's the explosive squad that's in a five-man squad.
I know which one you're talking about. It do be looking
Ye-
goofy.
Yeah, that be
I played against an Ultramarines player that brought that, and that squad got shot off the board very quickly.
yeah, no, it's not good.
No, it's not. The infiltrator squad, right? Is that what you call them?
The Infiltrator Squad?
Yeah,
The
the dudes with the
Infiltrator
sniper,
Squad's different.
the dudes with the sniper rifles.
No, the Eliminator Squad.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the dudes with the sniper rifles.
Yeah, that's the
Dude,
Eliminator
they
Squad.
don't have low op.
No, they do not.
So every time someone brings them, I walk tight. If I go first, because they have like it was actually really fun. We were using like actual ruins with like multiple levels, so we set
Nice.
them up like like in the ruins. But like Typhus had line of sight of him, and I went first, and I did the Typhus like Biden blast. I rolled sixes on the mortals, and the whole squad got wiped.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Even with stealth and infiltrators?
Yeah, because mortals like Typhus's ability is line of sight based.
I know, but like stealth though? I mean, I don't know. I figured like some of
It's
it might.
mortals. So there's no
Oh yeah.
it's just the one where you take damage.
Okay.
Which we will be talking about
Okay.
Typhus shortly. Actually,
Of course
we
we
can actually
will.
talk about it now because with all the world eater stuff being done, I very much, in my opinion, believe that these rumors will be true.
Okay. I'm not gonna doubt you.
I think well maybe not all of them true, but I was at school and it was lunchtime when this article got posted, so I was just walking around in the halls, pacing back and forth, pondering. Um, because the things with the world eater changes were most of them matched up with what people said they were going to be. So for right now, going forward, this is all anecdotal bullshit rumors, so none of this is what I'm going to say. But going forward, in my mind, I'm preparing for these changes. I'm going to prepare for these
You
changes.
probably should.
Yeah, I think mentally, I'm gonna start preparing for these changes.
I will say though that there are some really neat changes. Again, especially like what the Death Shroud have. I feel like those termies are going to be an even bigger pain in my ass.
Yeah,
Because deep striking within 6 inches and with charging T like toughness 7, like that's going to be very solid, like to have for a Terminator squad. I will say though, and I know you don't really use these units, the cultist Terminator Lords will be and all that going away kind of irks me a little bit.
what is that?
Okay, look, maybe not so much for yours, guys. Like army that you need them. But the fact is, though, is that like they're losing, that you're losing more units in your already like army. Kind of like annoys me because you still don't really have like a complete army, and in general, like chaos like factions
Yeah,
are treated more like individual stuff. But GW doesn't release like the whole line; they release like kind of part of a line, and then they just like are drip feeding the rest of the chaos units while
yeah,
getting like Space Marine stuff, right? You get like everybody gets new Space Marine stuff happens every so often. Clearly, because we just talked about new drop pods,
yeah,
which nobody was asking for new drop pods.
yeah,
So like to kind of lose like that stuff, and then you guys get like one new unit and you lose three at the same time. It's like oof, at least in my opinion.
yeah. No, I can understand where you're coming from. It's a very interesting perspective to say the least.
I don't know. I figured like give everybody like a decent kind of thing, or either that, or give like each of them their own unique variant of it,
Yeah.
right? Like give Death Guard like a unique Terminator Lord, because I
Hmm.
don't see why you guys can't have that.
Yeah, that's a great question. I guess our unique. I guess we. Oh, Termy lords are different from Termy characters, right?
Yeah, Termy Lords are different from Termy
Yeah,
characters
because
because
we have
Termy
a
Lords
lot. We
are
have a
like the
lot.
generic character.
I feel, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure our Termy lord is the Lord of Contagion.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what that is. No one has it because they released it in a box that got printed back in 2008. So
Yeah. I mean, that's also annoying as hell,
yeah.
and I'm not gonna
No,
pretend otherwise,
I would
but
say our Termy lord is actually the Lord of Contagion.
okay. But regardless though, like, yeah, well, I guess even on top of that then release the Lord of Contagion.
That's true.
Yeah, because if you're gonna get rid of Termy lords, then why not bring back then the Lord of Contagion? Because everybody's been asking for the Lord of Contagion for Deathguard.
That would just make too much sense.
Exactly. That's why I think drop parts are going up. But outside of that though, I think the rest of this stuff is pretty decent for your guys's,
Yeah.
you know, your guys's codex here. If this is true, obviously. I mean, getting more, like slightly better Death Shroud, Bright Lord Terminators having an extra 2 damage or having 2 damage melee and extra strength is gonna be nice. Also being toughness 7 as well. Just overall, your all your mainline units here are getting like punched up and getting more toughness.
Give me 1 second here. I'm looking for the points. I think it's interesting changes all around. How updated is this one here?
I mean,
Let's see
I
here.
think
That's
yeah,
the
I
old
mean
one.
your Plague Marines are gonna be tougher than just regular like Space Marine like Terminators.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the new ability because if it's talking about like horde, like an elite army similar to custodes, I think there's gonna be crazy point increases, and this is actually what I'm preparing myself for. The first one, the first one is definitely going to be because I'm pretty sure Death Guard is one of the top performing armies right now, sitting at 53%. So GW is
Um,
probably gonna use this as an opportunity just to like rebalance things. um,
I bet.
the first thing on the chopping block is definitely gonna be Typhus though. Typhus sitting at I'm looking at the Minotaurum 3.1, unless you can find like or sorry, version 1.13. Unless you guys can find unless you can find me a more up to date one. So I know this one's a little
Mhm.
out of date because I'm pretty sure the Death Guard Predator Destructor went up 5 points. But Typhus is sitting at 80 points right now, and there's no way he's gonna stay at 80 points. He hits too hard. Poxwalker blobs are really annoying, and he still has in just free 6 mortal wounds, which you throw at like a war dog or a knight, and it's pretty gross. It's a real
Y-
feels bad when you hit someone with just 6 mortal damage and they have nothing against it.
That's
So this Typhus will probably get bumped up to 100 points. Death Drought Shermanies being T7 with a 6-inch charge. Um, you know, Death Shroud Terminators are sitting at 110 points for 3 models. At some competitive games, people were bringing 18 Death Shroud Terminators to a game. I think
does not
this
surprise me.
I think this funny little game is over. These things will probably see 170.
Oh,
I
that doesn't surprise me because
I
like
think
even
these things, even if they get priced at, I think these will get priced out at probably 170, 180, 200
honestly,
on the
I
high
think
end,
you're
200 on the high end. Just
honestly, I
so
think you're lowballing it because the Deathwing Knights, that's like the Dark Angels, like special melee
yeah,
Terminators.
you think these are gonna get like 250?
Yeah, 250. I'm thinking you're going like 220, 200. You're gonna be floating around
Oh, I
there.
guess I was just looking at like the 3 model one.
Well, okay, yeah,
I was gonna say
but to be fair, the
for a
5-man squad for the Deathwing Knights,
for a six stack, it's probably gonna be 500 points for a six stack.
I don't know if yeah, probably that.
It's gonna be
Well,
expensive
maybe not that exactly.
because putting these with a 6-inch deep strike, charging as well, T7 this is gonna be like I don't know what unit it is, but it's like that unit that your opponent holds in reserves, and you hold your breath, waiting for them to deploy. Like these things are gonna be
Yeah,
disgusting.
the kind of the mic drop unit where
Yeah,
you're just like,
like
oh
this is a mic
shit.
drop unit. This is like I need to avoid this part of the board for the rest of the game kind of unit.
Hmm.
I think Plague Marines are probably going to go up in cost too. This could be huge. Deathguard Wet Dream here. Play T6 Plague Marines with a new ability. No, 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 no. They are just going to be T6,
Yep.
and they're getting a new ability because the new ability is like they get to re-roll their. Okay, here's crazy idea. So a 10 mana Plague Marines cost 180. If I am, yep, 180 points. Um, they are gonna get 3 wounds a piece, and it's gonna be like 220 or 250 for like a 10 man. I am Delirium Jordan is gonna be they're gonna get a huge point increase, but they're T6 with 3 wounds, 3 up save. Most of their weapons are hitting on threes. Like these things are gonna be nasty as fuck. That
Oh no,
that
your Terminators. I mean,
no,
seriously,
I'm
with
talking about the
these
Plague
sticker.
Marines. I'm talking about the Plague Marines.
Oh yeah, the Plague Marine. I don't know. In general, I think like everything's gonna be really nasty with
I'm hoping
this.
the Plague Marines are 3 wounds a pop. But like realistically, it's probably gonna go from 180 to probably 220 for a 10 man. Because T6 is gonna be gross.
I'm not gonna argue that.
The more I like read this, the more I'm kind of getting hyped for this. Also having a better Primarch is pretty good because Mortarion is actually only 300 points, and he's Mortarion will be strong, but he won't be a must take. I think they're gonna do
No,
great with Mortarion. I'm going to say this is gonna be another delicious chapter for Deathguard because this plus Plague Company looks nasty. Is it gonna suck? We're gonna miss Termies, Sorcerers, and Termy Lords. Yeah, AJ's probably more upset about it than me. Am I gonna miss my cultists? Absolutely. I'm gonna miss those little buggers. I didn't even get to finish painting mine.
oof.
they're just
Well, it
gonna,
looks like you have to take a
they're
PSP
just
screen
they're just
someday
staying they're
along the
staying
way.
they're staying unprimed for the rest of the time, bro. Um,
Or either that, or you could just proxy them as more Poxwalkers and be like, boom, look at this.
I think getting the Blight Lord Termies up to T7 is gonna be interesting. The
I
damage
just think
to
in
melee.
general, your Terminators are going to be used like definitely a lot more than like what they were. Or I think they'll be like used just as much, honestly, because seeing again Blightlord Terminators having like 2 damage melee and then extra strength and AP, like within shooting, like that is real good, especially with like the toughness
Holy
7
fuck,
modifiers.
AJ.
Yeah,
Do you know what the
yeah.
current Hellbrute ability is?
I do not know what your current Hellbrute ability,
When you
but
shoot at
wait,
a
actually,
unit
I can look it up.
when you shoot a unit for the rest of the turn, they are counted as being in contagion range.
Yes, I
You
see that.
equip an icon of bear. Give that to your T6 Plague Marines. They just shoot shit. It's now in contagion range, and this means they can shoot shit that's really far away. What do the Blight
Apparently,
Lord
Icon.
what do the Blight Lord Terminators do? Have extra strength and AP when shooting into contagion range and have T7. These things are actually going to be so good. These things I might actually buy some.
Absolutely fair.
This might be enough for me to buy a unit because Blightlord Terminators have been fucking dog shit since the start of 10th. And I only started playing this game last year in April. So this is literally my 1 year anniversary. This is literally my 1 year today. April
Nice.
17th. This is my 1 year anniversary of Warhammer. But Blight Lord Termies have been dog shit, and this might be what it takes to get them back. If
Hon-
these
hon-
rumors happen, I'm totally fine with it. Rest in
I
peace, the
mean, I feel like
cultists.
you
I give a
should.
fuck.
Besides, if yeah, Icon Bearer also has like something similar like that too, equipping them with like, the Plague Marines and
Yeah.
seeing what their new ability is, it could be really fun to have. I don't remember exactly what the Icon Bearer can be attached to, but I think is it just going to be like uh is it really just Plague Marines or is it like more than that? Can you actually attach it to like other stuff? Nope, just Plague Marines. Okay.
No, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Oh no, absolutely.
This is yeah, I think me being an enjoyer of Nurgle inherently changes scary. But no, this is pretty good. This is I am gonna expect point increase across the board though. Definitely. Um Probably
Yeah,
Biologus is gonna
that's
go
I feel like
up.
that's going to be accepted anyways, just
Yeah.
because of like how everything's been like how everything's
Yeah.
moved here.
Yeah, it's like the Typhus is totally going up more. Um I'm assuming I would love to see a Plague Burst Crawler nerf actually. If we can get these things down to 150 points, it'd still be really fun. But I think the biggest change in point cost is actually going to happen to the infantry. I don't think they're going to touch the vehicles, and that's going to be pretty much it. And that's all I got to say about this, really.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just infantry and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else to say, AJ?
Uh, Nothing really off the top of my head. I feel like I have everything I really wanted to save for the Death Guard. Death Guard was kind of like something where I was more fearing than anything else
Yeah.
because I hate you when you play Death Guard, but it's understandable because you're really good at Death Guard.
Yeah.
So, I got nothing. I got really nothing to add here.
All right then. I'll call this one a wraps then. I'll
All
see you
right, all
soon
right.
then, AJ. See ya. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye bye.